In this video, I want to talk about how accurate my predictions for the Agents of Sabotage DLC were in regard to not only how the business would operate and how you would make money, but just how much the Agents of Sabotage DLC would cost not only day one, but overall, because we do have a pretty good idea of all the content's going to be releasing. We don't have all the pricing and all the figures for everything, but we have enough to kind of get a pretty good idea. And this kind of stuff is a lot of fun. I enjoy this. I really do. Making these predictions and speculation. As long as you do this responsibly, right? It's totally fine. It's healthy for the community. It's a lot of fun. And kind of just going back and just checking to see how accurate you are. It's pretty cool to do that. And, all of my predictions are just based on, past trends and what I feel like the current and future trends might be for GTA Online. No inside information, just logic and making educated, predictions. That's all. I'm curious to know, though, how close were you on your predictions? What did you think, or how did you think the DLC would run? And how much did you think it would cost? And then, what was that compared to when the DLC actually dropped? Let me know in the comments down below. And in the description down below, I'll have my 2 prediction videos linked down there so you guys can check them out as well. First up, I want to talk about my prediction on how I thought that the businesses would run for the Agents of Sabotage DLC and how you would make money. And I was really spot on with this. I predicted we'd have 2 different revenue streams, and that is true. We're going to have 2 different types of, or 2 different ways to make money. The first one, which is the FIB files, I predicted to be very similar or a hybrid of not only the bail bonds business, but salvage yard, security contracts, the like of that. And it's exactly what we got. You have your priority file, which is done weekly. Then you have the other FIB files, which you can replay over and over after a short cooldown. So it's a perfect hybrid of the salvage yard and the bail bonds office, exactly as I predicted. If we were getting just, weekly missions, then I predicted we'd get about $1 million from them, like the salvage yard. But if these missions were replayable, then it would be more like the bail bonds or security contracts in that area, right? Where we'd get about 100 to 300,000. That's exactly what we got. So that's pretty cool. And then we have the second part of this DLC, which is the Guzman Flies Again files, right? Which is part 2 of this. And I was wanting this, or I was predicting it to be more heist-like, and it might still be like that, but this will be a mission strand, and we are getting career progress as well with this, something else I predicted, and I'm very glad that's coming true. I love that. That's awesome. Very good. In addition, I did predict we'd get extra garage space. I was hoping for 20. We got 30, 10 for cars, and then 20 for the airplanes. So pretty cool with that as well. Let's talk about the vehicles now. The police boat, I predicted it'd be around $4 million after, if we got it for free, that's what the price would be after that. And that's very close to what it is. It's $3,780,000 for the buy it now price. The trade-in price is lower, obviously. The D10 Interceptor, I predicted this would be a $6 million car and the most expensive police vehicle that we have. And that's pretty close to what it is. It was $5,620,000 for the buy it now. And that is the most expensive police vehicle that we have right now. The Banshee GTS, I predicted this would be $2,500,000. Wasn't sure if it would have HSW. I mean, I thought it would have to have it, right? And it does. That came out to be right. It's $1,989,500. However, the HSW is way more than what I thought it would be. It's $1,805,000. So if you fully upgrade the Banshee GTS, you're looking at a $4,600,000 car. You got an HSW, the price of the vehicle, you got the lock-on jammer, then you have all the upgrades. So yeah, you're going to be up there. So this depends on how you look at it with that car. For the Chavos or the Accord, I predicted $1,700,000. Ended up being about $1,420,000. And then for the Jester RR, good lord, I predicted $1,500,000, which is probably what it should have been, even less than that. But yeah, $2,290,000 worth of scam right there. Very good. Terabyte upgrades, I predicted to be around $2 million. A little light on that. The upgrades ended up being around, or roughly $2,640,000. For the property, I predicted between $3.5 and $5 million, and it ended up being $2,350,000. Now, my prediction came along with upgrade price, but to my surprise, which is awesome, there's no upgrade prices, no upgrades at all with the garment factory. It's just a flat fee of $2,350,000. Love that. Very good. However, we do have that McKinsey hangar to buy as well, so that may kind of make up the difference right there. For the clothing, miscellaneous guns, I predicted $1,500,000. And for the clothing, I calculated $740,000. However, I don't know what the price of the new weapon is. We'll have to wait a little bit longer for that. So let's look at the day one total. This is what I predicted. Okay, the property 5 million, the garment factory terabyte upgrades 2 million. Look at the vehicles though. I predicted 11,700,000 to 20 million and 5 to 7 day one vehicles. Again, for that range right there, it's because I wasn't sure what Rockstar would do with the Predator boat if we'd have to pay for that. And I wasn't sure how many cop cars would be released on day one. And that has a big deal with the price. And then again, miscellaneous clothes, weapons, 1,500,000. And as you see right here, we got 6 vehicles on day one. You got the GTS and the RR wide body, which is 2, the Karen Chavos, which is 3. Then we have the Police Predator, the Cara Patrol, and the Terminus Patrol vehicle. And that makes 6 day one vehicles. So my day one price, my prediction was 20,200,000 to 28,500,000. And again, that just covers the basis of the police vehicles and the Predator boat, just to see, you know, what they would charge for that. What I should have did is just giving you the average, which is what I was going to do, but I wanted to kind of spell it out for you and kind of give you an idea of what it was. And then my overall total for the DLC, my prediction again for the property would be 5 million, terabyte upgrades 2 million. For the vehicles, I predicted that there'd be 15 total with, you know, all drip fed vehicles. That would cost about 35 million total. And then of course, yeah, miscellaneous clothes, weapons, 1,500,000. And then I predicted the overall price of the DLC to be roughly $43,500,000. I predicted 15 vehicles in total, and we got exactly 15 vehicles. We got 6 up there at Warstock, Cache, and Carry, 3 for Southern San Andreas, that's 9, 3 more for Luxury Autos, that's 12. And then we have the Caracara, 13, the Terminus, 14, and then the Duster as well. So that's 15 vehicles right there, which will be coming out. Now, this is the caveat. On day one, we found out, this is, I guess, a quality of life upgrade. 50 vehicles would be getting the missile lock-on jammers right there. And that's roughly $19 million in extras right there. Okay, and then not to mention the HSW upgrade for your GTS. So let's look at the numbers right here. Up top, you got my predictions for day one and overall. And then on the bottom, you got day one actual and the overall actual numbers. And these numbers on the overall actual will go up a little bit because we don't know the price of the Mackenzie hanger. There's a few extra clothing items. There's 3 drift variants of a few vehicles that'll be coming out as well. So just keep that in mind. But let's go ahead and look at these totals right here. Let's compare the day one. Let's go left side, top and bottom. Day one prediction on top, day one actual on bottom. For the property, I said 5 million. What we know so far is day one actual. The property is 2,350,000. However, the Mackenzie hanger may be a little bit more, so it may equal up that. Terabyte upgrades, I predicted 2 million. The actual was 2,640,000. For the vehicles, I predicted 5 to 7 day one vehicles. We got 6 day one vehicles right there in that range. I predicted a price range of 11,700,000 to 20 million. The actual price range, or the price for day one vehicles, is 16,159,000, and that actually ends up being perfect with the vehicles with my prediction. If you add that up and get the average, 20 million plus the 11, that's 31 on average. That's 16 million right there. Perfect. I love that. Miscellaneous clothes, weapons, 1.5. Actual was 740,000. Again, don't know how much the gun is. Probably be around 350, so right around $1 million total for that. So my day one prediction, 20,200,000 on the bottom end to 28.5 on the top, and the day one actual is 21,889,500. So right there on the low end, where I was predicting. But again, we have that caveat there for if you consider, I guess it just depends on how you want to look at it. You can consider this all part of the day one or just part of the total. But lock-on jammer with the 50 vehicles plus that GTS HSW, we're talking about an extra $20,805,000. So that would bring the day one total to $41,694,500. Typically, I don't add the upgrades in for the new vehicles. You could consider that an upgrade, the lock-on jammer, the HSW. I just want to put that out there for you guys, just to kind of give you an idea. It's, a pretty expensive overall DLC. Now let's compare my overall total predictions to the actual overall total price, all right? As we already know, the property, I predicted 5 million. The garment factory cost 2,350,000, but we still don't know the price of the Mackenzie hanger, so it could end up equaling about 5 million. We'll have to wait and find out. Terabyte upgrades, I predicted 2 million, ended up being 2,640,000. For the vehicles, I predicted 15 vehicles for a total of $35 million. We got exactly 15 vehicles for $39,019,000. So very close on that. Pretty cool. And then again, the miscellaneous stuff, I predicted $1,500,000. With the clothes, $740,000. Again, we don't know how much the gun is going to cost. That will probably bring it to about $1 million. And then for the total price, I predicted that the DLC would cost $43,500,000. Overall actual price of the Agents of Sabotage DLC, $44,749,000. That's awesome. Very close on that. Only thing that again, the caveat would be the lock-on jammer price. That's an extra $19 million plus the HSW for the GTS. Typically don't add in upgrades for these price predictions. I mean, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. It's kind of hard to get that locked down. But I wanted to put that in the video just so you guys can see. Again, pretty expensive overall for this DLC. I mean, we're over $65 million, and that price will go up a little bit. But if you don't add in the lock-on jammers, because we weren't really predicting that as part of the DLC. Pretty close on that prediction with the overall price, though. So pretty cool. Again, let me know in the comments down below. How close were you with your predictions? Let me know what you guys thought, all right? Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like. If you want to see more content like this, make sure you are subscribed with notifications turned on. If you want to go above and beyond, you can actually hit the join button and find out how to become a member on my channel. All right? Again, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next video, all right? Peace out. Yeah.